Welcome to Set Free 24/7. My name is Robert, and I am so glad that you're here. Today is Proverbs 26. We're reading one chapter a day to keep the police away, and we're doing pretty good this month. So I don't know about you, but I haven't had any police interaction. If you have had police contact, boy, drop that in the comments below. I'd love to hear about that. But hopefully you haven't if you've been following along. So that's the whole point of this thing. So we're going to jump in here. Before we do, this hat, I love unique pieces of clothing. I love things that make people smile. And look at this hat. This is so great. It's got the little carrot nose on the. Oh, anyway. So Proverbs 26, here we go. It's titled Fools Recycle Silliness. We no more give honor to fools than pray for snow in the summer or rain during harvest. You have as little to fear from an undeserved curse as from the dart of a wren or the swoop of a swallow. A whip for the racehorse, a tiller for the sailboat, and a stick for the back of fools. Don't respond to the stupidity of a fool, you'll only look foolish yourself. Answer a fool in simple terms so he doesn't get a swelled head. You're only asking for trouble when you send a message by a fool. A proverb quoted by fools is limp as a wet noodle. This one is really keying in on the fools. Putting a fool in a place of honor is like setting a mud brick on a marble column. To ask a moron to quote a proverb is like putting a scalpel in the hands of a drunk. Hire a fool or a drunk and shoot yourself in the foot. As a dog eats its own vomit, so fools recycle silliness. See that man who thinks he's so smart? You can expect far more from a fool than from him. Loafers say it's dangerous out there. Tigers are prowling the streets, and then pull the covers back over their heads. Just as a door turns on its hinges, so a lazybones turns back over in bed. A shiftless sluggard puts his fork in the pie, but is too lazy to lift it to his mouth. Dreamers fantasize their self-importance. They think that they are smarter than a whole college faculty. You grab a mad dog by the ears when you butt into a quarrel that's none of your business. People who shrug off deliberate deception saying, "I didn't mean it, I was only joking," are worse than careless campers who walk away from smoldering campfires. When you run out of wood, the fire goes out. When gossip ends, the quarrel dies down. A quarrelsome person in a dispute is like kerosene thrown on a fire. Listening to gossip is like eating cheap candy. Do you want junk like that in your belly? Smooth talk from an evil heart is like glaze on cracked pottery. Your enemy shakes hands and greets you like an old friend, all the while plotting against you. While he speaks warmly to you, don't believe him for a minute. He's just waiting for the chance to rip you off. No matter how shrewdly he conceals his malice, eventually his evil will be exposed in public. No matter how shrewdly he conceals his malice, eventually his evil will be exposed in public. Malice backfires, spite boomerangs, liars hate their victims, and flatterers sabotage trust. And friends, that's the end of chapter 26. I hope you had a good day yesterday. The one verse that stood out to me here today was talked about kerosene. A quarrelsome person in a dispute is like kerosene thrown on a fire. We heat part of our home with a kerosene heater at times. We've been having some furnace issues, nothing that's not livable, but we do heat one side of our house with some kerosene. If you've never thrown a paper towel with some kerosene in a fire, I suggest it. It's actually pretty cool. The fire gets pretty hot. It's very, like right now. So, a quarrelsome person in a dispute, yeah, it's just adding fuel to the fire and it's quick right now. Hot causes a quick hot reaction. Yeah, and that's what we kind of want less of. A little bit more of thinking about what we're going to say before we say it. I know I am so guilty of that. I am thankful for my wife every single day because she is a huge filter for me on a lot of things. So thank you, sweetie. So we're going to end it here. I've got my grandson over today, and I love spending time with that little guy. So we've got him for the next couple days. So I'm going to sign off here. But if you have any questions or comments on any of the verses or anything, feel free to drop it in the comments below. I always love getting and corresponding with people and just seeing what stood out to you and how Proverbs has been speaking to you. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.